All right, guys, welcome to the podcast, Life It's Better with a Bow, powered by Protect. We've got a new guest here, somebody I've never met, but just digging into him a little bit, and pretty cool guy. So we'll tell you, life ... it's better with a bow. That's kind of our,
right.
That's who we are.
Okay.
And the 3 dots are like, it gives you time for contemplation, and then you're like, oh, I know what, it's better with a bow.
Right.
So we have got... You know what? Just introduce yourself because no one can say your last name.
Yeah.
But we do know your name's Tristan with an A-N.
Yep. Tristan, Yaptengco. Most people know me as Yappy on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So make hunting videos, just like to have fun and go out with family and friends and enjoy the outdoors, what God's given us, and just have a good time slinging some arrows at animals.
That's awesome. So are you from Georgia?
Yeah. Born and raised in Winder, Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that far from here? Or?
About an hour 30 from Dahlonega.
Oh, well, that's not bad.
Yeah. Born and raised there. Went down to Columbus. Went to college there. That's where the whole YouTube thing began. And then I just didn't feel right. All my family and friends, and just had a kid, baby boy.
Congrats.
8 weeks ago. He's like 2 months
Oh,
old.
wow.
And I knew I wanted to be close to home. I'm a family person, so
Yeah.
we have a lot more help, and that helps obviously when you have kids. So
you gave me just like a 2-sentence history on the Yappy YouTube.
yeah.
Are you you did that as a class project?
So
something like that?
I didn't know what I was going to do in life, like most college people do.
Yeah. Or just people, really.
Yeah, just people in general. But I was wasting some time down in college and trying to figure out life and what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go. And I was having a lot of fun, but it was just like, I don't know what to do. Well, from a young age, I wanted to learn how to film and edit my hunts.
Yeah.
But just for fun, not for anything, other than for memories.
Yeah.
And there's actually a video somewhere. I have to find. My mom has it. And she's like, I'm like 3 or 4 years old. And she's like, what do you want to do when you grow up? And so I was like, I want to have my own hunting and fishing show. Because there was no YouTube back in the day.
That
it
is
was
fantastic.
just hunting shows. And so went down to Columbus. I was working on a communications degree. And the only reason I went into the communications degree was because they had all I wanted to do was take a video and editing course, but you had to have that as your major to be able to take the courses.
Interesting.
So I was like, all right, I'll switch my major just to be able to take it.
Heck
so
yeah.
Took like an intro to videography, and it was whatever. It didn't really go anywhere. Cameras at the time. At the time, they had some GoPros, but it was like the Hero maybe 3 or something like that. Not very good quality. iPhones weren't to the extent of they are now. Everybody can get a camera nowadays, but anyway, so took that class, didn't really work out, and I was like
10 years ago?
9, closing in on 10 years, and I was like, well, I'm going to take one more course, and maybe we'll figure something out, So it was an intro to interactive media, and I was like, all right, it said video, photo, whatever. Well, it was basically a blueprint or a crash course on how to create a successful YouTube channel.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, and it was basically, how to create thumbnails, one of the projects was like create a YouTube channel. The whole Yappy thing came from, I wasn't going to be Tristan Yaptengco because no one could pronounce my last name.
Including those around you.
Right.
That
you're
around
sitting
me
with
right
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it had always been a joke, and I had a guy that called me Yappy Twan Twan. So my Instagram handle is Yappy Twan because I couldn't just have Yappy for some reason on there. And he couldn't say my last name, so he just started calling me Yappy Twan Twan. And so it was one of the class projects was come up with a YouTube name.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, well, I guess Yappy Twan Twan. That was like my Twitter handle or whatever.
Yeah.
And I didn't, I'm thinking this is just for a grade, And coming out of the class, I had like 5,000 to 10,000 subscribers. I was doing it with one of my other buddies. He was very successful. He's got like 3 million subscribers now.
Oh, wow.
But,
fantastic.
Jigging with Jordan. Yeah. So
fishing then?
Diving, fishing, just,
Playing around.
crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So the project was create 3 YouTube videos. I'm like, all right, let's do it. What can we do? Obviously, it's not hunting season. I don't have any hunting property down where I was in college, so I was like, well, we can do some fishing videos because the river's right there. The Chattahoochee runs through Columbus. And then one of our other buddies was a YouTuber at the time, and he was like, I'll shout you guys out and we can, we'll film together and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, yeah, cool. Like we were going out with him and enjoying the river. We bought like some $15 pair of goggles from Dick's, and I was just going down there looking at all the giant stripers and fish and stuff like just, the fisherman in me was like, whoa, this is crazy. It would hurt your feelings to know what your bait's going by and they're not biting you.
Yeah.
So I was obsessed with that for a little bit, but it was just so we started making videos. He shouted us out overnight. It was like 1,000 followers overnight.
Oh,
and I'm like,
fantastic.
And I'm like, what the heck? What is this? This is crazy. Had no idea that you could make money on it or anything, but coming out of that class, the teacher had been teaching that course for the entirety of YouTube at the time, which was only like, I might be off a little bit, but like it was less than 15 years old. It was like maybe 10 years old. So very new.
He was ahead of his time.
Yeah, so the teacher was teaching that course, and he's like, you guys have done the best that I've ever seen. He's like, y'all need to stick with this. Like, he's like, please promise me that you guys will stick with this. And we're like, all right. So we stuck with it, kept growing, kept blowing up. Long story short, dropped out of college and pursued
that
this.
That sounds like that has such a negative connotation in my mind when you hear dropped out of college. Sounds to me like you got your college education,
right?
And it was time to
I
move
finally,
on.
The Lord blessed me in this by, fully, and by no means was this, my doing or anything, but being able to do that and have a direction and have a purpose in life, so it changed my life for the good. And
that's awesome.
Met some amazing people. So, anyways, long story short, dropped out of college. Pursued that dream, traveled the world, diving and fishing all over the world.
That's fantastic.
And I've seen some amazing places and just thankful for it. But so, when you dive, it's nice to dive in the summer.
Yeah.
And fish in the summer. But when it comes wintertime, it was, it's hunting season, September through. So I wasn't posting hardly any videos throughout hunting season. And long story short, I got to the point where I was just kind of, the diving stuff was a lot of fun, and I love it, but it wasn't my true passion. Like I said earlier, I was I wanted to have a hunting show, and now I'm presented with a good following. Like I feel like let's try to do it, but at the time I was trying to do it, everybody was getting demonetized for the hunting videos.
Yep.
So it was like a big concern. Like I could screw up everything that I have.
Yeah.
Well, right when I was about to start posting the hunting content, I got hacked and deleted in 2020.
Ugh.
Wow. 650,000 subscribers, gone. Poof, gone. See you later.
No getting it back?
No getting it back. They tried. Now, if it were to happen now, so it's peak of COVID, so no one was in office. I could get a person with YouTube, and my manager's got a person with YouTube. You could get on the phone with them one day out of the week for like an hour.
Wow.
So it was ridiculous. But if it were to happen now, I would be able to get it back in 2 weeks probably.
Yeah.
Which it still wouldn't be great. But so that happened, had to start over. We're at, going on like 3 or 4 years. And, it was growing fine. Everything was good. Views were the same, growing subscribers. I lost a lot, but we're up to 390 something. So it's gaining good. We're still great. And so anyways, I went to my wife and I was like, this might be crazy, but I'm miserable right now. Like I should be so happy with what's going on, but I just mentally, I don't know if I can do this anymore. My dad has a tree company, and I was like, I'm thinking about going and just helping him with the business and clocking in and clocking out. That's what, everybody wants to be a YouTuber or, a content creator, but they don't. And I'm this is just one downside is it never stops,
Yeah.
It's the next thing, so
consistent.
Sometimes, I like just going out and cutting grass because I can finish a job and it's done.
Yeah.
Until you have to do it again. But with the hunting and the content, it's like, all right, we find a deer, let's go chase this deer. Oh, you kill the deer, like, oh, well, all right, let's go do something else. All right, it's just ever changing, ever evolving. But I said, I told my wife, I was like, look, I want to chase this dream of hunting for a living. And I was like, if you'll give me 2 years, and I'm about to get emotional. So give me 2 years, and let's see what we can do. And if not, I'll part ways with it and go and be a tree man again.
When was that?
So that was a year after the channel went down. So we were going up again. But, at the time I was thinking that my subscriber base was just they only like diving or they only like fishing. And I was worried that when I transferred over into the hunting world that it would be I'd lose all subscribers or whatever. And, I posted one of the first few videos and people were like, dude, where has this content been? And I was just like, Lord, thank you for this. Like, this is awesome,
That's fantastic.
And so I think my demographic was just, outdoorsmen. So they, already hunted and stuff like that. And they just like to watch,
Yeah.
And I think if you gain a good enough following, whatever you do, they'll enjoy just because sometimes, you're getting views for the deer that you kill or they're clicking on just the thumbnail, essentially, the new people. But once they, I try to make my videos feel like you're on the hunt with me or you're hanging out with me, and so like they, people that don't get to do all these things can kind of experience it, and maybe it'll help one to, if it helps one person get out in the woods and know a little bit about Jesus or get out in the woods and experience what, God's given us. And I mean, you come to events like this and it's like, man, this is amazing because so many like-minded people, and maybe we don't all think the same, but everybody has a common goal of having fun shooting bows, and usually that goes over into hunting,
Right.
And so my some of my fondest memories are from hunting with my family and friends, and just luckily this is my job and we get to film all of it so I can look back on it and show my son one day, like, this is what Dad did, and this is what I want to take you and do. So
that's awesome.
But yeah, it's been awesome, and
sounds like you got a good wife.
She's awesome. She's my best friend. She's my support, my backbone. I would not be where I'm at without her. So she's great. Yeah,
that's a really good place to be. Hold on one second. Excuse me. That's a good place to be. I had a similar experience, like with Total Archery Challenge. I'm like, hey, Monica, I want to do this, and but it's going to require you going back to work full time,
right? Yeah.
In order to do it. She's like, okay,
yeah.
And you're right. It's like, got to have that support.
Yeah.
Because if you aren't building it together, it sure makes it a lot harder to build, especially during the hard part.
Yeah.
And it took a while, but Monica's done now.
Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't. Yeah, this is all she does now, and it's been really good. But you're 100% right. It's so refreshing to have your partner be 100% involved and want to see that. So
yeah, it makes it a lot more enjoyable, and knowing that you have something to fall back on, even when you do fail.
Yeah,
absolutely. So. What? So in your YouTube journey. There's a lot of guys that get out there and get after it, filming their own hunts, creating their own YouTube channel and that, but a lot of them just never go anywhere. So you don't have to share all your magic sauce, but
the secrets.
No, you can't. But what is it that you think that you're doing different than all these other people because you're crushing it? I mean, some of it might just be you.
I mean, I think I like to have a good time and show that in the videos, and it's not all about the kill. It's not all about what you harvest and how big your deer is and I killed this many turkeys and stuff like that. It's just I try to convey so I created a brand, shout out, but I feel like a lot of the hunting market, no one is hitting the average hunter.
Yeah.
Your weekend warriors, and there are a lot of people that do that, but there's a lot of people that are left out. I hear people that come up and say, hey, I like your videos, but dude, I don't ever kill the deer that you kill. And I'm like, brother, until I was able to do it full time, neither was I. But it was, that's not what it's about.
Right.
So as far as like the success thing, it's not in my hands by any means. The Lord's blessed me, and I think that's a huge part. Surrounding yourself with good people. I've been lucky enough to, make friends with some of the biggest guys in the in the industry, and I think that plays a huge role. But also just, consistency is the biggest thing, I think. Some people, especially people that are starting out, have trouble putting out consistent content.
Yeah.
And the Instagram and the YouTube and the TikTok, I mean, there's so many different social media sites that you have to be pressing in and just be in people's face nonstop.
Yeah. That'd be exhausting to some degree, I think. It takes a certain type of person to be able to do that. That is not me.
I couldn't do it either.
Yeah, it's rough. And like I said, I mean, still I have doubts and, wishing like, man, how nice would it be to just go and clock into a job and clock out. But then I look and I'm like, I wouldn't be able to experience this. I wouldn't be able to experience this, and but like I think the biggest thing is consistency. If you can do anything, I mean, it's just like working out or anything. If you want to be successful at anything, it's going every day, doing something every day. And I'm not talking about like Cameron Haynes run 5 miles. No disrespect to Cameron Haynes, look up to that guy. But, if you can put out good content, consistency, I think anybody can be successful.
Got it.
And that's for anything, not just in the hunting world as far as,
True.
Everything. I always say, like, I can't say this because then we'll hold off on that. But,
yeah, you just don't give out the secret sauce.
But yeah, and don't get me wrong, I take a lot of pointers. Like, I personally watch a lot of YouTube as well, especially, I mean, a lot of them are my buddies, but you learn something new. And, holding a camera and talking to it and having a conversation is very hard. And if I take a break from it, oh, my God, talking to the camera is like talking to a stranger, But it gets easier and easier. So, I mean, the only thing that I could say for, someone that might be listening that is aspiring to be a YouTuber, don't, but
if you do.
But if you want to chase after it, I mean, you just got to be consistent and have fun. People have come up and like, man, I want to do this. And I'm like, look, don't do it to think it's not a get-rich scheme.
Yeah. It
is a long-term goal, and I think anybody could do it, especially, I mean, nowadays it's definitely harder because, like I said earlier, everybody has a camera. Everybody can afford, they've made things so cheap now, or so expensive but so cheap. Like back in the day, if you didn't have it's like a $10,000 camera to be able to film and stuff. Now everybody can film on their iPhone.
Right.
Half of the time, if I don't have my camera, I'm filming on my iPhone.
Yeah.
And that's what people don't realize. But, consistency. That's the biggest thing.
That's awesome. So we'll jump into something else. So of all your adventures that you've really got out and gotten after, do you have any particular one? Like if we were going to say, hey, you guys get over to the Yappy YouTube channel and check out this video.
Yeah.
What video are you going to tell me? I'm like, hey, I only got time to watch one. What am I watching?
My Kansas hunt last year.
Kansas hunt, okay.
Was my dream as a kid. You hear about Kansas, and I drew first time. And so me and a buddy drew. We went out there, and just beautiful country, and land of the giants. So we're all hyped up. We had planned it so we could be out there for a month. And I was like, all right, let's do this. And I was just praying the whole time, like, Lord, I need this to be successful. Like, please, Lord, help me. And so we get out to the farm, and we're scouting, and we're riding around. We're like, all right, let's just have like an observation sit and set up, and, hopefully we'll see some deer. It was like the big peak of the rut, but hot front was coming in. And so I literally climbed up in my hung a set, got upset, put my camera ready, and I was self-filming, and I literally sat there for 2 seconds and prayed, like, Lord, I really need this right now, But also just thank you for what you've given us and what you just allowing us to be out here, And I'm sitting there, pray, close my eyes, open my eyes, and look up, and there's 3 does running my way. Probably they're going to go cross at 35 yards, and I'm like, something's chasing them. I had been sitting there for less than like 30 minutes, and a buck that we were after runs by at 35, 40 yards, and shoot him, and I just break down and lost it. I was like, wow,
That's fantastic.
This was awesome. And I always there's been some buddies that got emotional on camera, and I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, why?
What is that? And then I'm freaking over here boohooing. I call my wife, FaceTime my wife, and she's usually always the first one that I call whenever, whether I screw up her hunt or whether I'm successful. And she's like, "Are you crying?" And I was like, "I don't know what's going on. This is overwhelming right now."
That's fantastic.
But that one was a special one.
Good. So
yeah.
the Kansas hunt last year.
Kansas hunt, last year.
What'd you title that one? Boo hoo?
Dude, I don't know.
Kidding.
I cried. I'm a sissy boy.
Is that what you called it?
Yeah.
No way.
No. Hold on, I don't even know. I would have to look it up.
Yappy Sissy Lala. Look it up. What comes up?
Oh, my heck. That's hilarious.
I don't know what I named it, but it's something Kansas.
That's awesome.
First 30 minutes or something like that. I don't know.
That's fantastic. Hey, I'm gonna shift gears on you a little bit here. You've got some coordinates on. You got a few areas of coordinates on your leg and arm. What are these coordinates?
So these were.
Do I need to take a screenshot?
I was going to say, do I need to dive
These are like giant deer.
No. So this was back when I was diving and fishing. It like all the special places that I went, I put them right there, and I was going to keep going, but I was like, that really hurt. Yeah. So, but one is. This one is Alaska. That was my first big trip. Went out there.
Diving?
No, fishing.
Okay.
Fishing. Where? Went out to the Homer Spit. My uncle was a fire chief in Atlanta, retired. They called him and said, "Hey, will you get our fire crew set up and figured out?" So they sent him out there. He had a cabin out there, and they paid for everything. Obviously paid him, and he got that all divvied up in like 5 or 6 years, and then he was like, "Dude, you need to come out here." So I was like, "All right." So
that's a beautiful place.
Yeah,
Homer's cool.
Yeah,
it
is
cool.
Magical out there.
I was a guide on the Kenai.
Oh, really?
Just up the road.
Yeah, that's sick. Yeah, so we went out there fishing, and that was an awesome experience. So that was like my first big trip. This is Brazil. Went out there and peacock bass fished.
Oh, man.
We
jealous.
caught piranhas. I had 2. One of them got crushed, but it's like a Euro-mounted piranha. Sick.
That's awesome.
But that was probably one.
I want to do peacock bass.
Dude, I would do it 5 times over. It was the most amazing experience. We got to go in the villages and see all kinds of stuff. A guy had just shot a jaguar. Like,
oh, wow.
It was wild.
That's awesome.
Seeing people live out there with nothing.
So what's the one on your arm then?
That's where me and my wife met.
Oh, that's cool.
So
well done.
So yeah, I like tattoos. It just mine tell stories, and they mean stuff to me. I got a funny one.
He's taking the shoe off.
Oh man, this is one he doesn't show very many people. We're not even filming.
We're not even filming this. Yeah.
Oh, nice. A camel.
I got a camel on my
on
toe.
his toe. So
no. Interesting.
Yeah. So
what do you get when you put a camel on your toe?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
That's the one. That's the only one that doesn't tell a story, but it kind of does.
It tells its own story.
Yeah.
You just leave it for somebody else to figure
Yeah.
that part of the story out.
But so that's the coordinates on the leg are all the big trips that I went on.
That's awesome.
That is cool. I am also a huge fan of Alaska.
Yeah.
I mention it, I feel like, on every podcast, that it's my favorite place.
Dude, you walk out of McDonald's if you want to, and it's just like
a postcard.
You you can't replicate that smell, like that Alaskan air.
I hope I never miss a fall there.
Yeah.
I try to go up every year.
I went into July. It felt like fall. Yeah. But it was awesome. It doesn't get dark. That was wild.
No.
Yeah, that is wild.
That is wild for the first time. I worked in the fish industry and guided, but when I was in the fish industry, we had to cardboard up our windows so we could sleep when the sun's up.
I was staying at my uncle's cabin. The bottom floor is where he slept, and it was just blackout, and then the top floor where I was sleeping, it's all windows. And I'm like laying there. It's like 12 o'clock in the morning, and it looks like 6 p.m. here, Yep. Like, what the heck is going on? So
I'll tell you this, working during those hours, I worked in the fish plants. I wasn't guiding fishing. When the sun's out, you can work.
Yeah.
But like when it gets dark, something changes and it makes it harder. But that's one thing I did like about working the summers up there is you could go.
Yeah.
So is that you or me?
No, it's not me.
Oh, it's me.
Sean's a busy guy.
Yeah. Hold on one second. We're going to have to edit this part. We had an issue at our house.
The Airbnb or back in Utah?
Back in Utah, I get a text this morning that says something along the lines of church has been canceled. Authorities have asked us to shelter in place.
Uh-oh.
And there was a guy who had killed a sheriff in Utah County, or a deputy in Utah County, and he was in it. They had found his car in our town.
Wow.
And my boys are there, and so there's a dangerous fugitive on the loose in town.
Wow.
And so
that happened, and he was behind my dad's house.
Really?
Like he was like a few hundred yards. He had crawled up in some lady's porch, and they were like, it was scary. He has like 10 acres, and it's just surrounded by woods, and just seeing flashlights at night walking through the woods, checking, and I was like, oh, this is sketch. I was out of town, but
yeah, I just got a text from my son earlier that he's now moved up the canyon to the next town. Don't know how, but he was running around town there.
Jeez.
And I'm assuming
that's not a big town either.
That is a teeny town. So I was just like, bud, just lock up the shop, put your car in the garage, lock it all up, and then just hang out.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome. I mean, that's not awesome. I'm glad that he's okay. That's why I'm saying awesome.
Yeah. No, I mean, my boys, they can take care of themselves.
Yeah, that's good.
So, anyway, I don't even know where we were on that.
I don't either.
But what? So, do you do any fishing or diving on your videos anymore?
Not anymore. No? Just because, working in the hunting industry, moving in, it was a great thing that I had the numbers, but people, some companies were, kind of not. I wanted them to realize that, like, I'm in this. Like, I'm doing this, and this is it. And so, I miss the diving every once in a while. But, dude, putting a wetsuit on in this type of heat and going and diving, not fun.
Gotcha.
And so, I'm also just covered up with, hunting. So that's what I love, and I don't want to turn back. So
yeah. How? What's your next big trip?
We're going to Canada the 15th of May.
This month?
Yeah.
For black bear?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So last year I killed on the first day, and I was like, well, we got one more tag, so I was trying to be more picky and try to find a color-faced bear. But that was awesome. I know it gets a little touchy with the whole bear situation for some reason.
What province?
Slave Lake, Alberta. I don't know
Alberta.
the province.
Yeah,
okay.
Alberta.
Yeah.
Yep.
So for some reason people get a little touchy on the bears. I'm not sure why, but I mean, they can literally kill you. So that was – either way, that's how they think. That's fine. You can think differently. I'm okay with that. But, man, that was an awesome experience, just out there in a tent, no showers, just hanging out and hunting. It was awesome. So
that's cool.
I got invited out. We get invited out by a lot of different stuff, and a lot of it's scams,
Yeah.
You never know what's really true. Well, a guy hit me up last year. He was like, hey, man, I got an open week. He's an outfitter out there. He's like, I got an open week. I'd love for you to come out. And I'm like, that's a little sketchy. So I looked him up, talked to him. He was awesome. And I was like, all right, I'll come. And went out there, and it was an awesome experience. But I went out there by myself last year. This year I'm taking a buddy, so I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be out there for like 7 days. So
that's fantastic.
Hopefully we can get on a big bear and just experience that backcountry,
I love Canada.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of work in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
I worked in Canada for the Color Run.
Parlez-vous français?
And I parle français. I served a mission in Quebec.
Okay.
And French speaking, so I love Canada, although Quebec likes to be not Canada. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Gets a little dicey over there.
At least in the rural parts, but I absolutely love Quebec. That's one of
beautiful.
my favorite places. But I've never hunted there.
Yeah, you should. It's awesome.
I need to.
Yeah.
But bears are one of my favorite things to hunt.
Yeah.
But I've never really had the bug to go to Canada to hunt bears.
I would have never done it without.
Yeah, I've never
that guy
done it,
reaching
but I
out.
do it a lot in Alaska.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love. As crazy as it might be, I really want to kill a grizzly with my bow.
Heck yes.
Same.
That would be awesome. But the black bears definitely fill that gap for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that you
especially
can combine fishing with it a lot of
Yeah.
times too.
Yeah.
Because there's great fishing up there.
Yeah. So
where we hunt moose in Alaska, it is super high density bear area.
yeah,
Grizzlies everywhere.
It's sketchy.
They're technically considered brown bear,
Yeah.
just because they're based on that. What is it? The longitudinal line.
Yeah.
But
But they're grizzlies.
they're
Yeah.
inland bears.
Yeah.
Although every once in a while you'll have a bear or two that follows up the river.
I forgot where it was, but I saw a guy. He was in a wetsuit. This might have been like meat eater or something like that. I don't know. Bow
Yeah.
in a wetsuit.
Yeah.
got in the
I saw it.
ocean. Came up and shot
Yeah.
a bear. That
Yeah.
would be. That's combining two of my worlds right there.
Yeah.
You need to do that.
That would be sick. But
It would be awesome.
Yeah. But
So you'd have to do some maintenance on the bow afterwards.
I'm sure.
I'd need probably a new bow. But
I'm sure.
But it'd be worth it.
I think it was southern Alaska or
maybe.
something in there.
Yeah, I don't know where it was. I saw a little snip clip. It wasn't the full video. It was like a TikTok or something. But
Yep.
It was epic.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so I'm excited about that. But I'm already itching for deer season. That's my
That's your jam.
yeah. That's my jam.
You done any mule deer?
No,
Okay.
I have had no want to, and I will. I think it's like an opportunity thing. If it came,
I love hunting mule deer.
I would take the opportunity. But I'm so obsessed with deer that it's just that's my fix. Like September people are going and killing elk, and I think that would be awesome. But I'd rather be in the deer woods.
Yeah. Are you a tree stand guy?
Yeah, saddle.
Oh, you're awesome.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Yeah, saddle.
I'm good if the tree stand has a feeder under it. I'm probably pretty good.
Yeah,
but
I like the corn spots.
yeah,
you
like
know?
I just
we
can't
can bait
do
in
it.
Georgia. And
I need a big blind where I can move around.
Yeah.
and I've hunted for whitetail a lot, and I'm pretty sure the reason I've not been that successful is because I'm in a tree stand.
Yeah.
And you can't move as much as I
That's
mean, I'm
what
doing
I-
a dance up there.
I like to-
he's putting it mildly.
Yeah, I like to.
I can't do it.
I move a good bit too, which is bad. Just ADHD. Is
Well,
just,
saddle's rough for that too
well,
sometimes.
So what I try to do is just get on the back side of the tree
Right.
with the saddles, and that way I try to get a big enough tree where I'm
You're hidden.
concealed and I can do, be on my phone, whatever. But, hunting the suburbs, there are a crap ton of deer, and so that always helps,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
If
You're
you're not
focused.
if you're not seeing deer, that would suck. But thank you. If you're not seeing deer, that would suck. But obviously, when you're seeing a ton, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you don't move as much when there's deer. I'm just man.
I've got
I'm
a
not
side
good.
question on that. Have you ever hit yourself with your bow when you shot an animal where your bow hits your leg or something? I mean,
No.
I just curious because
Have you ever been in a stand? Are you left or right-handed?
Right.
Have you ever been in a stand that is 100% only way to shoot out of it is left-handed?
Yeah, and you shoot right-handed. Yeah.
No.
No, he's
I'm
lefty.
asking you because you're right-handed. Have you ever been in a stand that was set up 100% for left-hander?
you're making excuses, Sean.
So
You
yes,
got to admit, it's pretty awkward.
A lot of the spots that I hunt, it's like the best trees are like perfect for left-handers. And so I have to reach around my saddle, You can't see me obviously, but I have to go over my tethered rope
yeah.
and reach around. So it's a little funky, but
Yeah.
Well, my thigh took a shot from the cam at a bajillion miles an hour.
On a giant axis deer.
And
No.
I really want a good hard horn. I've killed some really nice velvet axis, and I wanted a good hard horn. Well, by chance, it came in to a feeder.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have been in that tree
Right.
stand.
We were actually deer
Yeah.
hunting that
Yeah,
day.
we
yeah,
were.
the people that get upset about corning and stuff like that, it's like, okay, well, what about the people out west that are sitting over cornfields and, I think here's my thing about hunting. Just hunt. And here's the thing, I heard this on a podcast and I want to touch base on it. If you talk to an anti-hunter, you could talk to 50 anti-hunters, they're all on the same page.
Yep.
They all fight for one another.
It's true.
If the hunting world could come together and all be on the same page, and whether you killed it in a high fence or whether you kill it in the suburbs or whether you kill it out in the mountains, wherever you're hunting, it's hunting. We all enjoy the same thing, and that's all that matters. That's the base.
I agree.
You know, your Instagram, your TikTok, all this stuff has kind of ruined it because people, oh, well, he killed that in the suburbs, blah, blah, blah. Buddy, it's still a wild deer. Now, the whole high fence thing, whatever, you know.
Hey, I've
if you
done
want to
that.
do it, yeah.
No.
I'm not saying I wouldn't do it, you know. But if that's your thing, if you want to have 4 200-inch deer on the wall and you want to guarantee, go do it.
Yeah.
If you want to hunt the suburbs because, you know, me personally, I don't come from money. I don't have – my parents don't own thousands of acres or hundreds of acres. Like, my dad has 10 acres, you know. Sure. That's our way, you know. It's still hard. It's still a challenge. If you want to go on public ground and freaking hunt and grind and freaking kill something, go do that. I wish everybody in the hunting industry and in the hunting world, whether it's you're just watching or looking online or watching, looking, liking pictures, if you don't like something, just scroll.
Yeah.
And if you do like it, leave a nice comment or whatever. Or if you – here's what I don't get in today's society is I have a lot of friends that we don't see eye to eye.
Yeah.
But we can still be friends and still
Absolutely.
We're all humans.
100%.
And when the hunting world comes together and says, as long as you're not doing it the wrong way, as long as you're not poaching, as long as you're not freaking screwing something up or hurting somebody or endangering somebody and you're just hunting and enjoying it, why can't we all come together and say, this is for hunting and this is for – because we could lose this.
Yep,
you know,
no doubt.
This can be taken away from us, and this is a gift.
People are losing this.
Right. This is a gift, and tearing each other down and bashing one another is not helping the gift that we have.
I agree.
Yeah. No, you're 100% right on that.
But that's why I was saying I just don't understand the whole, like, oh.
I don't either because I've hunted high country in the Rockies. I've hunted Alaska.
Yeah.
Spike camps out in the middle of nowhere. I've hunted free range in a tree stand. I've hunted hold on one second, guys. We got a emergency on UltraView.
I've watched Sean absolutely lose it in a stand when deer come in.
Oh yeah, dude. I don't care if it's I don't care if it's a pig. I lose it.
If you want a challenge, help Sean DeGray shoot a 140 plus.
Yeah,
he's snake bitten.
Yeah, I can't do it.
I think people don't realize how big a 140 deer is.
Well, that's why I want it because that's to me when they get big.
Well, I'm saying, like, you know, people, let's for instance, like the Sequin guys, they're my good buddies, and you cannot do, it is very hard to do what they do, you know.
Yeah.
They're experts at it. I just have a hard time if it's a mature deer and he's 135 and up. I might have to sling an arrow, you know.
Oh, he doesn't let those go either.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a.
You know.
Well, that's not entirely true.
Yeah.
I've let a few go, but I just, man, when it comes to tree stands, I applaud every one of you that can sit there for hours and hunt these deer. That is not for me.
It's hard,
but back to what Jeff was getting at.
Yeah.
I drew on an Axis, hardhorn, really nice buck. Shot. The cam stabs me in the leg, and my arrow just wings off. I mean, literally, the release of the limbs did not get to finish.
it hit his leg so hard it left marks.
Oh, my God.
I have it on video because I was in a saddle above him if you want to see it later.
Yeah, and all you hear is like, damn it, I hit my leg.
And then, of course, it's my fault because I set up the tree stand for a wrong-handed shooter.
I got two crazy stories, and then I'm going to go shoot. But crap, I didn't forgot one. All right,
we got one crazy story.
I got one crazy story.
Two crazy stories. Hold on, here we go. So Crispy set up a bow for me, gave me a Matthews, set me up. I go back to the house. We had some friends over, and they may or may not have been indulging in some adult beverages.
Yeah, a little inebriated.
And they're like, I bet you can't pull it back. And I'm like, what?
Oh,
What do you mean? I've had this bow for 30 minutes.
Oh, no.
And I pull it back, and it falls off the cable.
Brand new.
I call Chris, and I'm like, sorry, bro. We're going to have to set this up again. He's like, are you serious? You haven't had that bow for less than an hour.
You're peer pressured.
Yeah, peer pressure. Don't fall to peer pressure, kids. But
Dang it.
so that happened, and then this is an absolutely crazy story. One of my best friends, he was in pro ball, came home. We got to hunt. This is a guy that I've been hunting together. We've been friends since I was 5. We learned how to hunt together. You know, we were hunting from like 10, maybe 11 years old and on. Just watching Outdoor Channel and videos on how to hunt and what to do, what not to do. We're over here passing 130s at 10 years old like idiots. I'm like, you're so stupid. Just because that's what the boys were doing on TV, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
And so, but anyways, so I'm the monkey in the tree, you know. I hang the sets, I take him down, whatever. He's not big by any means. He's like, you know, 225, your average, you know.
Normal
size.
Yeah.
And he was like, I want to see this set before we hang it. It was a cheap $20, $40 lock-on from Hills or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
So he gets up there, looks, he's like, dude, this is sick. And I was like, yeah, well, we're going to take it down because there's no deer over here. He's like, all right. So he goes to climb down, didn't have a harness or anything like that. And the stand canted.
Oh, shoot.
He went to grab a log, branch. It was rotten.
Oh, yeah.
And he falls 20 feet right next to me. Boom, hits the ground, breaks his back.
Oh, my gosh.
So in my eyes, but I was looking up at him. I was like, all right, come down. Like, let's go. I'm going to take this down real quick. And back in the day, man, it was just I would climb and not wear harnesses or anything like that. After that, it really changed my life. But,
same.
But so he fell, broke his back. But what happened was I'm looking up at him, and I turn around. So it looked to me he's climbing down, you know.
Yeah.
So I turn around, and boom, he hits. Like if he would have been a little bit over, he would probably broke my neck and died.
Wow.
And we would have been both laying out there just screwed. So he falls, and I thought he had like fallen, you know, maybe like 5-10 feet up, which is still pretty high.
Yeah, any fall is too high.
And he's like, oh, you know, grunting because it knocked his breath out, and I start laughing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you
what
good?
a jerk.
What's going on,
Yeah.
bro? Are you okay? He's like, no, Tristan, I can't move. And I'm like, oh, my gosh. I'm like, okay, I'll call the ambulance. I call the ambulance. It was a subdivision that was being built. Like, there was no roads. I'm like, we're here. I don't know. And luckily, he broke, like, a few vertebrae, but didn't, like, he can still walk and everything like that. But crazy hunting story. Everybody wear your harnesses, wear your saddles. Be careful out there.
Wear your harness. If for nothing else, you fall asleep in those stands.
Yeah.
Happens.
So, but yeah, that was a crazy story.
That is crazy, but he's good to go.
He's good to go now.
That's fantastic.
So, I haven't told that story to many people, so that's a little.
Well, it's gonna be out there now.
Yeah,
got to be careful.
Yeah, but yeah, be careful out there. But yeah, I'm glad we got to meet.
Yeah,
what you're doing is awesome. This is my first tack.
Well,
are you serious?
Yeah.
Thanks for being here.
First tack. I want to come to another this year.
Come to one out west.
Come and shoot.
Yeah, the west ones are fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good.
So I definitely want to do it again. And
so to all the people that don't know, because we have a lot of people on the western side, where do they get a hold of you?
Watch it.
Yappy, pretty much. If you type in Yappy on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, everything, Instagram's Yappy_Twan. That's the funny, dumb name. But Yappy on YouTube, from suburban hunting to hog hunting to thermals to, we do everything.
That's awesome.
Just like having fun, getting outdoors, and just enjoying what God gave us.
Well, I appreciate you coming on and sitting down with us, especially where you want to get out and fling some arrows today. And we hope to see you out west.
Absolutely.
You'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I think it will be.
Yeah. Thanks again, and good luck on crushing it this fall.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.